Hey, what's going on, my friends? Bruce Lund, founder, director of 90 Day Sales Manager, but more importantly for you, the founder of the Solopreneur Movement podcast. Every single week, I come into your life to bring you some kind of topic that is relevant to you as a quote-unquote solopreneur. A solopreneur, if you're new to this movement, a solopreneur is where it falls solely on you every single day to work in and on your business as far as your sales, as far as your operations, as far as your marketing, and of course, as far as your mindset. And today I want to go through and cover a special topic. I'm working on a TED Talk style presentation around this Solopreneur Movement podcast. And today I want to walk through what this is going to look like, which is, basically how to find, package, and sell your individual special. What is your individual tagline? How do you turn your beliefs into money? It's any combination of these different things. It's a working title when it comes to the Solopreneur Movement podcast. However, I figure what better audience than my own to kind of practice this on as we continue to grow it out. But today I want to do just that with you, is go through why is this Solopreneur Movement thing so popular? Why is this happening? And thank you so much for, obviously, if this is the first time you're watching us, for subscribing to the podcast. We can't grow without your help. So please continue to share this, to subscribe, to forward it if you would appreciate the episode. But today I want to break down and help you break down what is your free prize. Having gone through as much schooling as you could possibly go through, never once was I asked, Bruce, what are you talented at? What do you enjoy doing? Does it serve a purpose in your life? And lastly, maybe most importantly, is can you make a living doing it? Okay, and so I want to walk through today, how do you find, package, and sell your individual special, especially in today's commoditized and saturated world, okay? A commodity is just something of value that becomes saturated. It becomes overused. And so therefore the price of it is driven down. And guys, that's a lot of us in real estate and mortgage, title, insurance, financial, CPAs, accountants, coaches, personal trainers, right? There's more quote-unquote solopreneurs out there than ever before, which is amazing for us because we have more technologies and we have more resources. However, we have more confusions and we have more competition than ever before. And so that's what I want to help you with today, is when there's 10,000 real estate agents in your market, why you over these 10,000 other people? What do I get from you that I can't get from anyone else? All right, so I just want to break down some stats for you to really understand why the Solopreneur Movement podcast exists in the first place. There are 65 million Americans right now who are considered solopreneurs. These are freelancers. These are sole proprietors of businesses. 40% of the workplace in today's workplace are solopreneurs. 60% of millennials are solopreneurs. This movement is not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, it's here to stay. It's going to keep growing, and so therefore, it's more important than ever for you, the individual solopreneur out there, to figure out what is my special. How can I go out there and make a living every single day? How do I work in my vocation, my voice or calling, or an occupation, something that occupies my time? All right, and so 60% of solopreneurs actually work from home. So there's a lot of crazy stats out there when it comes to this Solopreneur Movement podcast that I want to walk us through step by step today. But more importantly, the most important thing I want to help you with today is, what is your free prize? What are your intangibles? What do I get from you that I can't get from anyone else? And so why does this Solopreneur Movement exist? To me, a lot of you fall into the commodity traps and the identity traps of your jobs because of schooling. Schooling has scripted you, go to school, get a degree, be guaranteed success. Guys, that doesn't exist today. I call that the big lie. That's the big lie. And in today's world, more people than ever are solopreneurs and salespeople, which is great. But then why do so many small businesses fail? Why do so many solopreneurs fail in their first year? 90% of real estate agents fail in their first 2 years of doing business, guys. So to me, it's because of the negative scripting. It's the past scripting. We've never been taught these different things. We've been told to fit in versus stand out. We've been told to go where the herd goes. Be seen but don't be heard. My personal favorite, could you imagine this in sales of growing a business? Never talk to strangers. Guys, we have to move in the opposite direction of a lot of the scriptings that schooling has done to us. Okay, so to me, there's 3 parts that we're going to help you work through today. Number one is how do we help you find your special? Number two is how do we package your special once you figured out what it is? And then number three, how do we go out there and sell it every single day to get more attention for you and your business, okay? So the first part for me to really help you find your special, I'm a big believer in beliefs. Before I tell you what I do, let me tell you what I believe. I believe that trained people will always outperform untrained people. Why do I believe that? I'm a former college athlete. I spent my entire life studying top producers. I now get to coach top producers, right? All top performers have a great coach, teacher, trainer, mentor, somebody in their life who's helped them get to where they are and continues to hold them accountable to help them through that process. So guys, that's my belief statement. That's my special. Where does my special come from? My unique past. Don't suppress the past, celebrate the past. It's what makes you who you are today. So where does that come from? Where do your beliefs come from? Your unique past, struggles, experiences, mentors, education. So there's an exercise that you could do to help you find your special and to package your special then. Is to start listing those different things and work backwards from that picture. And I'll just tell you guys today from my own personal experience. At 18 years old, one of the best decisions that I ever made, and at that point I didn't realize it, is I moved from Michigan to Tennessee to play college baseball. And I didn't know a single person in Tennessee. I didn't have a car. I was at a small school. I had to learn how to get along with people. I had to learn how to become emotionally intelligent, right? All that kind of stuff. And then at 22, I became one of the youngest journalists of the Grand Rapids Press. At 24, I get accepted in as a PhD without a master's, first ever at Middle Tennessee State University. And I worked directly underneath of the graduate advisor of our program. And then I worked directly underneath the department chair, right? At 25, I start writing a book called Nexpert, where you're the next expert. And I moved in the opposite direction of all these negative things that were being said about millennials. At 29, I finished my PhD in human performance. And I became one of the youngest ever program directors in the Texas A&M system. The only reason I tell you that is I still didn't think I was unique at that time. I still didn't know what my special was. Because again, the schooling system does not allow us to do that. It doesn't help us figure out all those different kinds of things. So I just thought I was just a normal person. I thought my story wasn't even that remarkable. And I would compare myself to my mentor who has a track record of XYZ that is very, very respectable, right? So therefore, I didn't think I was special at all. That's probably the same way for you. Is you compare yourself to somebody else, and you've never done the heavy lifting to figure out what your story is. You never put together these different benchmarks and your unique past and start to tell your story. Storytelling is ultra important for you to go out there as a solopreneur. So the first part of this then is you have to start to find your special. And the special to me, the free prize, is Seth Godin wrote a book called The Free Prize Inside, really 15, 20 years ago. And in his book, he says the free prize is when you open up a box of Cracker Jacks, what do you get? You get something in addition to. Lucky Charms box, you get something in addition to. I borrow from that concept, and I say you are the free prize. There's something I get from you that I can't get from anyone else. It's not the commodity that I'm buying, it's your experience. It's the fact that you've been battle tested. It's the fact that I know you like you, trust you, respect you, right? There's something that I get in addition to that I was not expecting. So another way to think about this are intangibles. When I'm with you, I feel better about me. You take my low thoughts, you convert them to higher thoughts. When I'm feeling confused, you give me clarity. You give me confidence. Guys, those are all intangibles. Those are all free prize. So think about that for your personal brand. Once you really figure out what your beliefs are and what your story is, now you can start to package that. You can start to package that around all your marketing collateral. You can package that around your personal brand. You can package that around your unique value, or what I call your unique belief proposition. What do I get from you that I can't get from anyone else? What is that unique story? And here's the great part about this. I want to give you permission to humble brag on yourself once you can figure out what that free prize is. Once you know what your belief system is, your belief statement, and I just say that's your tagline. Your belief statement, part number one, finding your special, is really just your tagline. It should be a 5 to 10 word tagline. 5 to 10 word tagline, okay? So for me, trained people outperform untrained people. 5 words, guys. It's on all my marketing. That's what I live my entire life around now, is I study successful people. I internalize this content, and then I go give it away to other people. Now, where did that come from? It came going all the way back to when I was 6, 7, 8 years old. I used to VHS record athletes like Barry Sanders and Alex Rodriguez and Ray Allen, right? And Greg Maddux. I used to like literally VHS record these guys because I lived in the middle of nowhere. I didn't really have a lot of people around. I love sports. My mom's working multiple jobs to help support us. You know, your story is your story. Tell it to other people. You know, my dad, if I'm being perfectly honest, he was an alcoholic, the first part of my life and wasn't really around a lot. And so sports was always my release, was always my passion. And so I would VHS record these athletes. And in our little living room trailer, I used to just like mimic their activities. Ray Allen shooting a basketball, Alex Rodriguez hitting a baseball, Greg Maddux in his windup, and I would perfect it. And then I would go outside and I'd back up 60 feet, 6 inches and just throw that baseball into that fence over and over and over again, just like I was Greg Maddux. Guys, it taught me 2 unique abilities at an early age. Number 1, how to be resourceful. How to use the resources or lack thereof around me to self-teach myself, to get better, okay? Money changes hands when problems are solved. I had to figure out how to solve my own problems early on in my life. That was a unique ability now I carry with me, how to be resourceful, how to self-teach myself. And the second thing then is how to study and internalize other big-time people, other big-time thinkers, doers, and achievers. What do they do well? What do I not do well? How can I learn from them? And how do I go out there and continually make myself better? So again, that storyline for me, you know, you think it's a coincidence that I got a PhD in human performance, which is really just the study of behavioral sciences? That wasn't a coincidence, but I didn't even realize it at that time until I started to really figure out these different things when I launched my own business. When I started doing the heavy lifting required as a solopreneur of why me? Why me over all these other people? And I can tell you, for part number 3, as you start to live how to sell your special every single day, it is so empowering when you can really figure out what that is. When you truly in your heart of hearts now know why exactly you do what you do, and that you do have a unique past, and that you're doing the heavy lifting required to be successful every single day, then good things are going to happen for you. That you've been battle tested. That when hard things happen, you can move past it. You can persevere through it because you know exactly why you're doing what you're doing. Guys, it's going to get harder before it gets easier. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. It's the same thing for you and your business. That's why those stats are so high with how many small business owners fail in their first year, their first 2 years, especially within their first 5 years. Most people are out of business, okay? So that's what I really want to help you with in this solopreneur movement every single day, every single week, through our coaching, through our masterminds, through the Q&As, through these videos, is how do we help you find, package, and sell your individual special. I want to give you permission to be a person of influence. I want to give you permission to call people, to meet with people, to attend events, to host events, because you know you can help other people. You know you're just as good, if not better, than anybody else out there. And you're competing against your own potential every single day. Every single day you're getting better in this process. So I hope this helps you really think about what is your special? What is your free prize? What are your intangibles? What do I get from you that I can't get from anyone else? I get so fired up talking about this because, again, the solopreneur movement, it's not going anywhere. It's a great time to be living right now as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, because we have so many resources. We have the technology, and we have the digital marketing, and we have social media, and we have so many different ways now that we can go out there and get more attention for our business and compete against anybody out there, assuming that we're willing to do the work, assuming that we know how to connect with people, assuming we know how to attract versus chase people. In today's world, we have to be interesting and interested in other people. I truly believe that my message is the New Age Carnegie, How to Win Friends, Influence People, and Simon Sinek, Start With Why, is how do I help you find, package, and sell your individual special, right? What is your tagline? What is your belief statement? What is your personal brand? Are you living it every single day to attract versus chase more business? Hope this helps you guys. I can't wait to see you at some point in the future. If you can, go to our events page at our 90daysales.com page. You'll see the different events that I'm speaking at to close out 2019. And we do have a Q4 Kickstart group that we're launching. So if you're interested in joining that, please reach out to us. Otherwise, congratulations on being a solopreneur. Congratulations on being in that 40 to 60% demographic of people who are out there taking risks every single day, who are all in on yourself, who are confident that you're going to go out there and help more people through your services.